Today, I want to tell you one of the most incredible investment stories in Indian stock market history, the story of Rakesh Jhunjhunwala and Titan. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala was often called the Big Bull of India. He started investing with just 5,000 rupees in the 1980s and went on to become one of India's most successful investors. But among all his investments, none was more legendary than Titan. Let's go back to the early 2000s. At that time, Titan Company was known mainly for watches. Most investors were not interested in the company. The stock was trading at around 3 rupees per share after adjusting for stock splits and bonuses. But Jhunjhunwala saw something others didn't. He believed that India's middle class would grow rapidly. As incomes increased, people would spend more on branded products, especially jewelry. Titan, backed by the Tata name and its jewelry brand Tanishq, was perfectly positioned to benefit from this trend. So, around 2002 to 2003, he made a bold decision. He invested roughly 3 crore rupees and bought around 6 crore shares of Titan. Many people thought he was taking a huge risk. The company wasn't a market favorite, and there was no guarantee that his prediction would come true. But Jhunjhunwala had something that most investors lack: conviction and patience. He held on to the stock for years. As India's economy grew, Tanishq became one of the country's most trusted jewelry brands. Titan expanded into watches, eyewear, wearables, and many other businesses. Revenue and profits kept rising, and so did the share price. Year after year, while many investors chased quick profits, Jhunjhunwala simply stayed invested. And then came the extraordinary result. The shares he had purchased for just a few rupees each eventually rose to well over 2,000 rupees per share. His initial investment of about 3 crore rupees grew into a stake worth more than 10,000 crore rupees at its peak. Think about that for a moment. A 3 crore rupees investment turning into over 10,000 crore rupees. That is one of the greatest wealth creation stories ever seen in India. But the real lesson isn't just about money. The Titan story teaches us 3 important principles. First, invest in businesses, not stock prices. Second, have the courage to think differently from the crowd. And third, be patient. Great wealth is often created not in months, but in years and decades. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala once said, "The biggest mistake investors make is that they sell winners too early." His journey with Titan proves exactly why.